Hello team, I hope you're all well. It is Wednesday. I've started this vlog quite late. I had a couple of really bad mental health days, Monday and Tuesday, and I did start this vlog at that point, but honestly the clips are not great and I was feeling really shit about myself, so I've decided to start it again today. My mental health is feeling a little bit better. I've got a lot on my plate at the moment with a few different doctor's appointments for different things, and just a handful of stuff going on that I'm feeling very overwhelmed with and under the weather with. So hopefully I'll be all right. But I wanted to restart the vlog today. I am currently reading something which I was telling you about on Monday, but no longer needed to tell you. Well, and now I can tell you about it, but I'm already partway through it. And it is Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. I started this on Sunday evening, straight after I finished literature readathon. And I've been making my way through it. I am currently reading this on my Kindle because I've got it on Kindle as well. I'm struggling to hold anything with my wrist. If you don't know, I'm having problems with my wrist and my knuckles in general, just pain in this whole hand, to be perfectly honest. And I went to have some blood tests on Monday, which is another reason why I've been feeling shit. So but this one is a cowboy romance. We're following Cece Ashby, who is fleeing back to her hometown after having a bad breakup and leaving her partner behind in Seattle, and she is coming back to her mum and her two brothers, older brothers, Cole and Wade. Now there is also Nash, who is kind of like an adopted brother, but not. He's not actually family, but he's been brought up with them. His parents died when he was younger, and he was basically taken in by Joe and White, who are Cece's parents. And we're basically just getting to know both of them. Cece is obviously now looking for a job within town. Nash is an ex-hockey player who now does a little bit of cowboying on the farm where Cece grew up, where her family still works. He also helps out with the local bar in town, and he's also bought the local ice rink centre in town that he's then done up, and he's now looking for an accountant slash admin staff to help out there because he really desperately needs someone. And guess who is qualified for the role? Cece. So it is best friend's sister, age gap romance. It is it's not really sports, it is ice hockey, kind of does play a heavy role in it, and him being ex-hockey player does also play a heavy role in it, but it's also not quite cowboy. It's set, you know, there's the whole farm side of things, small town romance, but he's not a full cowboy, and it's mentioned several times he's a part-time cowboy. So if I feel like this is a really good book to bridge the gap between sports romance and cowboy romance. If you're into your sports romances, looking to get into your cowboy romances, I feel like this is a really good one. And I was sent this by Penguin, so shout out to them for sending me this one. This officially comes out with the new covers tomorrow, so on the 15th, and I will be doing a review on it, so you'll have seen my full thoughts on this before you see this vlog. But yeah, I wanted to get to it while it had been sent to me. I've also been really wanting to get to Lucy Undying by Kirsten White, but I'm just really struggling to hold books at the moment. The act of doing this causing me nothing but problems, and especially the book that's well over 400 pages. So I'm not able to pick that one up. So for the time being, I'm just focusing on this one. I've no idea what else I'm going to read this week. I'm probably going to end up dipping in and out of different things, but for the time being, I'm reading this one, and I will come back and let you know my thoughts on it when I know, when I've finished and when I know what I'm picking up next. It is Tuesday. No, it is not. That is a total lie. It's Thursday. It's Thursday and I have finished a book. I'm feeling very, I don't know, messy. I think after the structure of last week with Literature Readathon, where I knew, you know, I had the pile of possibilities to read for the week, I just feel, and like my time is so short this week that I just have no idea what to do with myself. I'm just finding myself a little bit lost. I've got no idea what to pick up, and I also think that because I desperately want to pick up Lucy Undying and I'm just struggling to hold the book, like this is a chunky book. I know it sounds really stupid and you might be sitting there going, just hold the fucking book, like it's not a big deal. But the act of doing this for a long period of time is hard work. The act of even like putting it on a pillow or the desk in front of me or something and holding it with this hand, it's causing me a lot of pain. And I know it sounds really dumb, but I just kind of really wish that I had a Kindle version of this, because this is all I want to read right now. So I'm kind of stuck a little bit. I feel like I'm stuck in I have no idea what else to read mode, because this is all I want to read. So I don't know, I'm kind of bouncing into a book, getting a certain amount of pages in and then going, actually I'm not really in the mood for that. I just started The Gathering. Well, I didn't just start yesterday, I started The Gathering by CJ Tudor. I've got 100 pages in and I don't want to read it anymore today. So that's going on. Anyway, I did finish Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. I really enjoyed this. I thought it was very, very good. I loved our... Sorry, I'm just very distracted by a spider that has been sat in the corner of the room for well over a week and I actually thought might have been dead, and it's definitely not. I loved the characters in this book, not just Cece and Nash, but I loved all the side characters as well, and it makes me very excited to continue on with this series. I think we're going to get Wade next, who is Cece's eldest brother, and then Cole's the middle brother. Sorry, my eye's killing. And then Cole's the middle brother. And I assume his book will be last, so I assume we're getting the Ashby siblings. And I'm really excited to continue on in this small town with these characters. I just had such a fun time. They were an absolute blast. I think, you know, when you look for the title in the book, you're like, where did this title come from? Why is it called that? And then there's a moment, you know, where the title's said in maybe a quote or something, and you're like, ah, oh, there it is. And it's usually like something to do, especially in romance, something to do with something they might say to the other person that they're falling in love with or whatever. This one is a little bit different, and when I realised it, it was actually a little bit emotional. There were a couple of times in this when I nearly cried. There is quite a bit of trauma on Nash's side of things with his parents and the way that they died. There is a lot of trauma in that, and he's struggled then all his life to allow people 100% in, which is why he's never had a relationship. And this is why they don't have miscommunication by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. It's his trauma preventing him from telling Cece how he feels about her 100%. So it's not lack of communication, so I wasn't mad about it. It's the trauma, and I felt so sorry for him. But yeah, the title came from something that he said, well, that Cece's dad had said to him after his parents had passed. So once his parents had passed, Cece's parents took him in. White and Joe took him in as their own and brought him up, helped him continue on with his dream of becoming a hockey player, and they brought him up, and this is how he's ended up kind of becoming part of the family. So this is why he's best friends with Cole and Wade, and, you know, has known Cece for almost all his life, and why it seems strange to cross that line. That this is the whole reason. So I just loved it. I loved the whole dynamic. I loved the girly relationships that Cece had with her girlfriends, Liv and Ginger. I loved the relationship. This is what I mean when I say brother's best friend. because, or, you know, best friend's little sister, or because when, for example, which was the book? Was it Done and Dusted by Lila Sage? I enjoyed that, but the brother's best friend element just wasn't there for me because we didn't get enough of the best friends spending time together. So I wasn't invested in the high stakes of, oh my god, like this could actually cause a problem within the family. This is a little bit like Powerless from Elsie Silver, where he again is a little bit like he is part of the family but he's not actually related to the family. It's a little bit different in that one because his best friend's cousin rather than sister, but he is part of the family and there's a lot invested in this, you know. If he fucks it up he could lose the whole family. If it doesn't, you know, if someone in the family isn't happy about it, it could cause problems within the family. He, again, could lose the whole family. So for him, for Nash, if he fucks this up, or if it goes wrong, or if Wade or Cole don't agree with it, he can lose this entire family. I think in his mind, because of his, Magpie, because of his trauma, he sees how quickly something can be taken away from him and he struggles to therefore 100% invest in that, and it's a real shame. It is a real shame, but I think I just loved it. I was really invested in the whole best friend's sister, best friend's brother, whatever you want to call the trope, and I was really invested in it. Brother's best friend, whatever. Really invested, absolutely loved this. It was fantastic, lots of spice in here. Haven't run it through Core Power yet, either a very high 4 stars or a 5. And then last night I ended up moving on to really random. I think I'm now in a brother's best friend mode. So I've got onto another cowboy romance. Because why the heck not? I just started it on my Kindle last night and I didn't get too far in. Page, I literally read 2 chapters. Again, don't know whether I'll continue on with this or not. I got to page 22. We're following Ford and Rosie. Ford, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if Ford, he mentioned his sister Willa, and I'm wondering if she is Willa from the first series, Chestnut Springs series. There is a Willa in there, right? Yeah, Willa from Heartless. I'm wondering if that's his sister, and this is how we're in Rose Hill, which I think is where Chestnut Springs is. And I'm wondering if his sister is Willa from Heartless. So he's got a best friend called West, and West's sister is Rosalie. She goes by Rosie as far as West is concerned. She's in Vancouver working at the moment in this big city, like big time job, but it looks like that might not last with the way that her first chapter has gone. Ford has been declared the sexiest millionaire of the year by Forbes, I think, or some shit like that. Yeah, Forbes have labelled Ford Grant the world's hottest billionaire, but all he cares about is escaping the press and opening a recording studio in the gorgeous small town Rose Hill. Something that comes to a screeching halt when he ends up face to face with a young girl who claims he's her biological father. We had literally all of that happen in the first chapter, and then we had Rosie. After years of living in the city, Rosie comes back into town like a storm, beautiful, messy and chaotic, one wide eye, desperate plea for a job, and all it takes is for Ford to hire her. He vows to keep her at arm's length, but with her verbal sparring gets a type of foreplay, friction that soon turns to blistering heat. Ford knows damn well he shouldn't cross the line, but shouldn't and can't are 2 very different things, and the only thing he truly can't do is resist her. This is essentially pretty much the same plot as Holding the Reins. And I'm kind of not mad about it. I just enjoyed Holding the Reins so much that I think that maybe this is what I need right now. I don't know whether I should be reading them back to back though. I'm not sure whether that's a good idea. So I may try and get the audiobook for this. I don't know. Hopefully I'm going to continue on with this. But I actually think what I'm going to do this morning, I want to read A Treacherous Curse by Deanna Rayborn, which is book 3 in the Veronica Speedwell series. I really want to get to these books before Kindle take the audiobooks away on the US Plus catalogue, which I now currently have access to. So I only have, I think it's books 3, 4 and 5 left that I need to get to now on the Plus catalogue, and then 6, 7, 8 and 9 I can get in the UK. So there's no mad rush with those, but I'm terrified that Audible Plus catalogue in the US will, you know, at some point eventually take these away, and I don't know how long you have access to them for. So I want to kind of get through this I think. And then I also have like Drowning by TJ Newman out from the library. I can't decide what I'm in the mood for. You know, I might actually be in the mood for some graphic novels, I don't know. I think I'm just feeling bad that I took this out of the library and I haven't read it, and there's a chance I probably won't. But I don't know, I'm just in a really weird funk. Maybe I try and finish Blue Flag that I was reading last week. Or maybe I try and pick up a different graphic novel, I don't know. Yesterday, I do want to mention, these updates are really long, I'm sorry. I'm just really rambling because I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing. This vlog might be very rambly and not much reading, I don't know. Yesterday, Chef's Kiss came in for me, which is a graphic novel that I saw that G recently hauled, and I've had this on my radar for a while, but just every single time I've forgotten to then add it to my wish list. And it's coming from Kay. It just says enjoy your gift from Kay. I'm not sure who Kay is, but thank you so much. If that was you, can you please let me know? I do need to drop this in my Discord and see if it was any of my patrons. Just trying to think who Kay could have, that spider's moved again. Just trying to think who Kay could have been. Could be, oh, he's got tattoos. Adorable. I think this might be queer. But yeah, maybe I could do some graphic novels or something. I did get Button Pushed from Tracy, which is a, you know which one I do want. She's in such a fucking weird mood. I did get Button Pusher, sorry, from Tracy, which has it's a middle grade with a kid with ADHD. So this could be a potential maybe, but I also got Amulet as well, which I'm really excited about reading. This one also was sent to me by Tracy. I think I might do this one actually. I think I might be in the mood for this. So I think what I'm going to do is go down and start the audiobook for A Treacherous Curse, and then at some point I may read Amulet, and then potentially move on to Wild Love. I think that's going to be my plan. I will let you know if this changes. I'm just in a really, this is the problem when I don't have a theme. I've got no idea what to read, and because I'm already in a really weird mood, my anxiety is up, and there is a book that I want to read but I just currently cannot because of a current disability I have. I've still not heard from the doctor. It is what it is. Anyway, a little bit of me moaning this week. I apologise. I'm just in such a bizarre mood, and I think again, I don't know how much reading I'm actually going to get done over the next few days either, so I'm kind of like, is it worth starting anything else? But then I also don't know what else to do with myself. I might do a little bit of baking this afternoon actually. We bought a brownie mix the other day, so I might do some baking. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go and stop complaining.
I don't wanna let you down. It's the only thing I think about every morning. You know my life ain't figured out, but I promise if you stick around it'll never get boring. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. Will you stay? Even when you wanna walk away, when times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna let you down.
Hello. You know what? I don't think we've done a clip from the sofa in a long time. Hello. Welcome back to my living room. It's 1:30. Still Thursday. It's 1:30. And I'm sure I've just said Tuesday somewhere. Doesn't matter. A number of things have just happened in relatively quick succession. I've had my lunch. I've made a brownie. Made some brownies. They've come out quite nice, but I think because I had to use the glass like casserole dish, they were like probably 97% cooked in the middle, and I've had to kind of just right in the middle, they were just still a little bit too wet, so I've just had to cut around it essentially and just get rid of that little bit. I don't want to risk making anybody ill, so I'm gonna have to try and invest in a square tin, baking tin, so that I can give that another bash, because the lads are already asking for some brownies from work. So I'm gonna give that a bash. So I did that, I made some lunch, I had some tuna pasta for lunch, and I've just finished A Treacherous Curse by Deanna Rayborn, which is book 3 in the Veronica Speedwell series. I freaking love this series, honestly. This has got 5 stars, obviously. And for this mystery, Stoker's former expedition partner has gone missing. And we're getting way more of Stoker's past in this one as well, because of it being his former expedition partner, former best friend, and other reasons as well that I don't want to mention. I just had to check that it wasn't mentioned on the back about some other reason, but there's also an ancient curse that is a challenge within this one. So there's some stuff from Stoker's past coming in and causing problems, and then this ancient curse as well. And as usual, Veronica and Stoker bash their heads together and try and sort it out, and I just really loved it. There was like a whole section in this one. Stoker in this one, over the last few months that Veronica and Stoker have been together, she's seen him kind of pulling himself out of the depths of the darkness that he was kind of in, and the depression that he was in a little bit. And in this one, he seems to be falling back into it a little bit for reasons. There is a reason why. And they've had a Barney, and he's then apologizing. I can only tell you that one day I hope you will forgive me for what I said. God knows I will never forgive myself. She just ends up going on this massive rant, shouting at him, don't you dare feel sorry for yourself. Self-pity is a gutter from which you will never arise. Do you know how hard I have worked to keep your head above the mud? But I was not the one who rescued you, you impossible fool. You were half alive when I met you, a ruin of the man you could be. I have watched you claw your way back to life in the past months, taking an interest in your work, in your future. You have been the agent of your own resurrection, and you do not even see it. Have you no sense of your own gifts, of your own strengths? You are more blessed with natural abilities and native intelligence than any man I have ever met. You are a savage miracle of Revelstoke, Templeton vein, knit together by the hands of nature herself, but you cannot see it. And it goes on a little bit further, and I just loved it. I had to stop what I was doing. I think I was faffing on the computer, and I had to stop what I was doing to hear it all. And then I rewound it. Well, you don't rewind anymore, but I went back to listen to it again, and my heart just stopped. I was like, oh my God, I'm just so desperate for this to become the romance that I know it can be. However, I'm also kind of desperate for it not to, because I love the slow burn of it, and I just wonder if these books will have the same effect on me if the romance begins. Because I just don't know if it will work the same way, you know? I love the flirty banter that, to be quite frank, Veronica has with Stoker. It's not necessarily 100% replicated. I'm fairly certain he feels the same way, but he doesn't flirt back. But I just love her. I think she's fantastic, and I'm obsessed with her, and I cannot wait to continue on with this series, which I'm fairly certain I will probably end up doing relatively soon. So expect to see another one of these pretty soon in another vlog. But yeah, 5 stars for that. And then what happened was I got an email from Del Rey. I emailed my contact the day before yesterday, they sent me a copy of Lucy Undying by Kirsten White, and I've been dying to read it, and I started reading it on Sunday night and I didn't get very far. Slowly but surely I've been reading like 2 pages a day for the last couple of days. I'm on page 20 and I'm struggling to hold this because of the problems that I'm having in my hand. And I know it might seem, to some of you, you'll be like, oh my god, this makes total sense, and others of you might be going, stop being such a fucking wimp, of course you can hold the book. I cannot. I am really struggling. The act of doing this for a long period of time, it's killing me. I'm struggling to even put it on like a pillow or the table and to hold the book open with my left hand. It's causing me a lot of problems, and right now I'm kind of attached to my Kindle because this makes life a lot easier. I'm holding it in my right hand, my left hand has no involvement in it whatsoever. So I sent them an email the other day to basically explain this and say that I'm having some problems with my like left hand at the moment, the hand itself and the wrist, and I'm struggling to hold my books, and I'm really desperate to pick up Lucy Undying, but I've also got a couple of other arcs from you that I would love to get to relatively soon, and I don't know how long or permanent this pain is going to be. So I've put in requests for NetGalley arcs. Now, I don't think I needed to necessarily explain myself, but I didn't want them looking at my name and going, we've already sent her physical arcs, we're not giving her NetGalley arcs as well. I don't know the rules, but anyway, they've come back to me today, and my contact, bless her heart, I absolutely adore her. She has saved my bacon, because I think one of the reasons I've been so undecided and unsettled on what I want to read is because I'm so desperate to pick this up, like really desperate to pick it up. She's sent me the NetGalley arc for it. I'm fucking buzzing. I'm so buzzing. She was such a sweetheart about it, and I adore her. So shout out to Del Rey for always being the most coolest people. So I think I was going to go into Wild Love and continue on with this, like I downloaded the audiobook and everything, and I do want to do that. This can be my audiobook for when I want audio for stuff to do, pottering around the house, but right now honestly I've got nothing to do because of my wrist. I'm not gaming anymore because of my wrist, because again I can barely use it properly. I don't want to cause more problems, so I'm just kind of sat here while I'm listening to an audiobook. So this will give me something to do. I was fine while doing this because I was pottering around doing a little bit of housework, baking, but I'm finished now. So while I've got nothing else to do and I can literally sit and read, I'm gonna read the first book of Amulet. I think I'm going to pick this one up, which I believe is a middle grade horror, or a YA horror. There's something strange behind the basement door. After a family tragedy, Emily, Navin and their mother moved to an ancestral home to start a new life. On the family's very first night in the mysterious house, Em and Navin's mother is kidnapped by a tentacled creature. Now it's up to Em and Navin to figure out how to set things right and save their mother's life. There's like a little bunny and everything. So I'm looking forward to giving this a bash. I've heard great things. In fact, I got the recommendation, not personally, but I got the recommendation from Brandon Sanderson on TikTok, of all places and people. And then I'm going to go into this, and this is an epic and seductive gothic fantasy. A vampire escapes the thrall of Dracula and embarks on her own search for self-discovery and true love. So so far we're following Lucy. I honestly kind of don't really know what's going on, but we're following Lucy, who is our vampire who's escaped Dracula. We're following her way back when, so we've got the Journal of Lucy in 1890, and then we've got present day Lucy, who has just met Iris on the street in 2024. Actually, present day is kind of in the future. We've got Dracula in the future, which is the first chapter in 2025, and then we've got Iris in present day in 2024 in London, who has just come across Lucy for the first time. So I think Iris might end up being our love interest, and I'm looking forward to that. So it's going to be queer as well, and the chapters in this are really short, so I'm very excited to give this a read. I've just been really desperate and I haven't been able to get it off my mind, so I'm going to give this a bash, I think. So we're going to try Amulet and then some of Lucy. I'll maybe add the other way round. I'll let you know and keep you posted. But shout out to Del Rey for sorting me out, because you guys have really hooked me up here and I'm very, very excited. So thank you very much, and I'm gonna get on with this. Okay, good morning. It is Friday. You will notice I am at home when I'm supposed to be at work. I have had a nightmare of a morning this morning. My car, I can't get in the car. It sounds like the most ridiculous thing on the planet. I can't get in the car. It's not a joke either. 2 weeks ago I had a nightmare where we were at the charity cricket club. We were at the charity cricket game with Andy's work, and luckily the cricket club that it was at was the one at the top of my brother's street. The car wouldn't let me in. I'd been having some problems with the passenger rear door and the car wouldn't let me in. I couldn't get into the car. So I walked to my brother's, he has a spare key, and then he walked back up while I looked after the kids because my sister-in-law was out at the time, the one time she goes out, and he managed to get in with the spare key. So since then we've just assumed that that key fob has entirely failed. The last 2 weeks, absolutely fine, no problem. This morning I've got up, I've gone to put it's got the sensors on the door handles and the boot. So when I can open the boot without unlocking the car. Great in theory. You can see where this is going, I guess. I've gone to put my stuff in the boot. I'm carrying some stuff for my sister-in-law, I'm carrying some stuff for the kids. I've got some parcels that need to be delivered, a vintage book, some bookmarks that need to be posted, and my handbag in the boot of the car. I walk round to the driver's side door and the car will not let me in. I cannot get into the car for love nor money. It's got a key on it. Like the fob is just not working at all. I have a spare key for exactly this situation in case the battery dies in this and I don't have a spare battery and I need to get in the key. Won't let me in. I cannot get into the car. My bank card's in the boot of the car. I can't get in for love nor money. So this morning my intention was an early start, early dart, so that I could get back for the doctors at 4 o'clock this afternoon, which I'm already anxious about anyway. This has just caused more chaos for me today. So 8:15 this morning I had to phone my brother and say, bro, can't come in. I can't get in the car. Since then, we've been trying to find someone to help. I walked down to the garage. They opened at 8:30. I walked down to the garage at 20 to 9 this morning. They can't help me, recommended me a Mercedes-Benz specialist. He was liquidated in 2019, so now my brother's trying to get hold of a mobile locksmith / electrician to see if they can break in. My breakdown cover only covers me. My dad phoned, my apologies. What was I saying? I've entirely forgotten what I was saying. So yeah, we're just waiting now on this to see if we can get someone to come round and break into the car for me. Oh, breakdown cover. I've got breakdown cover, but they will only come out to me if I'm a quarter of a mile away from my house. Which I'm not. I'm parked at the back and I can't even get in the car to push it a quarter of a mile away so they'll come out to me. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Luckily I can walk to the doctors later. I don't need the car to get to the doctors. But you know what makes me more anxious? I don't even care if I can't get in the car. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that situation until I can get in the car. What makes me the most concerned is that it's Friday, which, you know, a lot of people either do an early dart, they finish at lunchtime on a Friday. I know some people do that, or they finish, you know, 2ish on a Friday. Some people don't even work on a Friday. It's Friday, so it's a nightmare to get hold of people on a Friday. And my bank cards are in the boot of the car. I can't get in. So all of my money is in the boot of the car. I have a £20 note here that if the doctor gives me some medication this afternoon, I can actually pay for a prescription, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to pay for a prescription. But I cannot, I have no money. I've got my passport, but I have no ID. My driver's license is in there. My bank cards are in there. They're all in the boot of the car. And then one of my patrons said, imagine if you put your phone in the boot of the car. And I was like, oh no, absolutely not. Because I don't have a home phone. I don't have a house phone. I would have had no way of contacting anybody to tell them about the problem. I'd have had to have gone across the road to the shop to say, can I borrow your phone? And then I don't know anybody's number. if I didn't laugh, I would cry. I am so fucking anxious. What it's done though is because I'm anxious and I'm trying to keep the anxiety demons at bay, I had a plan today. I was going to go to work. I was going to see my lads. I was going to, you know, keep my brain occupied until I had this doctor's appointment this afternoon. And now I'm stuck in limbo because we're trying to, I feel like I should be doing more to sort the car out, but there's literally nothing I can do. My brother's trying to contact people because he knows how to explain what's happened to the car. I just go, have you ever heard of a car locking system just completely shutting down? And I don't know if it's the locking system, I don't know if it's a problem with the keys, I'm not sure what the problem is, so I don't know how to explain it properly. He does, and if they come back with, oh, does this thing work, or is this thing happening, he'll know the answer and I don't. So because he's technical on the car side of things and I am not, so he's contacting people and I'm just sat here, I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself. I could be finishing my books, I could be doing a little bit of work. I'm just stuck though, because I don't want to start something and then have to stop because someone's coming round, or have to stop because I need to go out and sort something. I don't know what to do with myself and I'm really anxious. What a fucking week, hey? Anyway, I read Amulet yesterday, book 1, The Stonekeeper. I really enjoyed this. This was really good. I really liked the illustration style. I'm excited to continue on with it. It was really good. We are following Emily and Navin, and after initial tragedy 2 years prior, we are now in present day where they're actually moving house, and they've gone to an old family home that their mother's great-grandfather had. He went missing many years prior to this and they're not sure where he went. Anyway, their mum ends up being taken by a monster and the kids try and save her and they end up in this alternate world. And it was really interesting, really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great start to a series and I do want to continue on with it, and I gave it 4.5 stars. And then I ended up ploughing through Wild Love yesterday by Elsie Silver, completely unintentional, but I did end up ploughing through it. It's such a fast-paced book and I'm now 363 pages into it, following Ford, and we're also following Rosie. Ford, from book 2, Heartless, Willa is Ford's sister. So she's in Chestnut Springs. Ford is in Rose Hill at the moment. He's setting up a record studio in Rose Hill. He doesn't want to be in the city centre. My brother's ringing. This update's going to be so messy. This entire vlog's fucking messy. Whatever. Yeah, so Ford has moved to Rose Hill, which is a town just away from Chestnut Springs, and where his sister Willow lives, and he's setting up a record company. Rosie was living in Vancouver. She had a really good job, she had a boyfriend, and something happened at this job that means that she's actually left. She's left Vancouver as a whole. She's come to visit her brother Weston, who is Ford's best friend, in town, and Ford has always been in love with Rosie. Always, from being a kid, has always been in love with Rosie. So this is definitely, you know, he falls first. I mean, he's already fallen, but we see it even more. He falls first, brother's best friend, and all of that good stuff. On top of that, Ford ends up with a 12-year-old girl at his front door saying that she is his child. It turns out she is. And all of that is being played into this as well, and I'm actually loving this book. It's so good. It's really good. I thought at first that I wasn't feeling it too much, but I'm actually, the more I'm getting into the relationship and the more I'm learning about Ford and Rosie, because they've already, I mean, brother's best friend, they tend to have an established connection anyway, but I think because Ford's already in love with Rosie, I wasn't feeling it as much. But I am. The more they spend time together, the more that they work together and things like that. And even the relationship he's now got with Cora, his daughter, that building up and everything as well. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the dynamic between the characters. We've had Willa in here as well, which I loved the crossover. He was asking about Willa and Cade. Cade is my favourite eating boy, so that was nice. So I'm really enjoying it, and maybe I'll get a chance to finish this today. I don't fucking know, but my intention is to finish it at some point, so we'll see. And then Lucy Undying, I didn't read too much more yesterday. I was so fucking tired yesterday that every time I picked my Kindle up to physically read, I was nodding off, and I was just, it will not give this book the justice it deserves. So I've got to page 42 yesterday. I'm hoping to make more progress in this as well. Maybe once I calm down this afternoon, if we get to a point where there's literally nothing I can do with the car, or you know, I'm waiting for someone to come round or something to try and help me with it, maybe I'll get to a point where I can pick something up, but we'll see. I just feel very on edge right now because I don't know if I'm going to get the car fixed. I don't know if my bank cards are going to be stuck in the car for the weekend. I don't know what the situation is. Luckily, obviously Andy lives with me now, so if the cards are stuck in the car all weekend, I can just transfer money to him and we can use his bank card. But for whatever we need, I was supposed to be doing a food shop today. I was supposed to be at work today, so that's a day of work that I've not done. I've got the doctor's appointment this afternoon. It's just what a fucking day. So yeah, once I finish the audiobook for Wild Love, I will be picking up a Dangerous collaboration on audio. Whether or not I do that in this vlog, I don't know, but I just wanted to mention it real quick because I may end up getting, you know, like 50 pages or so into this one once I've finished Wild Love. I don't know what the weekend's going to consist of now that my car's not fucking working. Obviously, luckily, we can go out in Andy's, but it's gonna leave me on edge if we don't get this car sorted today, honestly. What a fucking day. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go before my dad or my brother interrupt me again to try and sort this out. What a fucking day. I will come back to you and give you an update when I finish something, or when we've got in the car, or when I've been to the doctor's. When one of those three things have happened. It's still Friday, some time has passed. It's 1:30. I really need to get some food. Some time has passed, some nightmares have passed, some deliveries have been made. My brother came round to have a look at the car. He brought the spare key, which is the key that initially failed 2 weeks ago. And he managed to get in the car, so I managed to snatch my stuff back out of the boot and I've got my purse again. Thank the Lord. And then some more stuff happened. We managed to get the car locked and unlocked and get in and out of it and start the car and stuff. And then we were realising we were having to physically lock the car with the spare key that's within the key fob. You know, the key that comes with the key fob inside, because they don't have keys anymore. So we managed to lock the car up physically with the key. And then all of a sudden the keys just started working again. The central locking worked, everything worked, and it was fine. So then my brother spent 15-20 minutes hunting around the house for stuff that he could sell on eBay. He's become obsessed with selling stuff on eBay, so he's nicked a bunch of stuff from the house that he can sell on eBay, which saves me a job, in all honesty. And then I went back out to the car because I had some Ferroloop boxes and some parcel envelope things in the boot of the car that I was meant to give him on Tuesday and forgot. Unlocked the car with the fob, fine. Got in the boot, got the stuff out of the boot, went to lock the car and it stopped working. And I'm so fucking done with that car. So I'm not touching that car again now. I've managed to lock all the doors from inside and then lock the fucking... I'm just fucking done with it. I'm done with the car. My brother needs to see if we can speak to a Mercedes specialist to get the keys redone. See if we can manage that. So my brother's gonna do that. The reason why, I could totally do this myself, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and if they ask me in technical questions I will panic. So my brother takes the stress off of me and does it himself, despite the fact that he's got enough on his plate as it is, and I appreciate him every single day for it. He is my hero and I love him dearly. So I genuinely wouldn't get through life without him, and truly wouldn't. So yeah, I've caught my mum up. I've just been on the phone 45 minutes with my mum, catching her up with everything that's gone on. And now I just need to try and keep myself sane before this appointment at 4 o'clock. So the deliveries that I have had a Stitch S delivery, which is where this sweater is from, and she's ended up sending me a couple of little freebies as well, bless her. So the first thing that she sent me is this tote bag. She did them for the first 100 orders, I think, as a little freebie, and I ended up managing to get one, and I'm not convinced I was in the first 100 orders, but it's absolutely adorable and I'm obsessed. And then she also put a little note on the back of my card saying thanks for the support, popped a little freebie tea in for you. So shout out to Katerina for sending me this freebie tea. It's got some like classic movies on. Addams Family, Goosebumps, Halloween Town, and then underneath we've got The Witches, Hocus Pocus and Casper, and it's absolutely adorable. So I've got that one, which is the freebie, and then the sweaters that I did, well, the clothes that I did buy, I've got this grey sweater with dancing skeletons on it. I don't know if you can see it proper. I'll have to put these on at some point and show you. I'm just really not in the mood for switching these out and getting changed. And then I got this They're Burning All the Witches, Even If You Aren't One Dancing Skeletons t-shirt, which I love. And then I think this one is my favourite, and it was a Graveyard Smash, again with dancing skeletons. And I just love it. So shout out to Katerina for those. If you're interested in buying anything from Stitches, I would highly recommend. I get most of my sweaters from her. I will leave a link to Stitches in the description box down below. She's absolutely incredible and such a sweetheart, so please do go and show her some support. And then I do have a Books Please package as well, which we can open together. I'm so hungry, I really need to eat something. So as always, they sent me a bazillion and one bookmarks. I don't know if I've had that Daisy. Oh no, I did have that Daisy one the other day, I think. Cute though. Bazillion and one bookmarks. And then I got Opposites Attract Volume 1, which is a manga about doggos and doggo owners. A fluffy feel-good romance for dog owners and admirers alike. Freaking love dogs. I am very much a dog person, so I saw this and I was like, I need it. So I got that. I ended up buying a US copy of Business Casual because I just loved this book so much, and I'm obsessed with the US copies of this series because the spines are different colours to the... Did I need this? No, I have an ARC copy of it, and then I've got the Illumicrate, the Afterlight copy. Did I want it though? Yeah, it's really pretty and it'll look really nice on my shelves. Do I have any of the others in the US editions? No. Do I fuck? There's some logic in there somewhere. And then I also got this one. I don't know, I can't remember whose Instagram I saw this on. It was somebody's Instagram stories though. I feel like it might be Liv. Olivia's from Liv's Library. I feel like it was hers. And I saw it on there. I don't know if it's out officially yet in the UK or not, I can't remember, but it's a horror, I think, a spine-tingling indigenous mystery from the award-winning author of Hearts Unbroken, and it's Harvest House by Cynthia Letitch Smith. I don't know if I've pronounced that right or not, but this cover's stunning. Something or someone is haunting the crossroads at Harvest House, and it looks really pretty. I'm obsessed with this, so I thought I would pick up a copy while I was getting some stuff from Books Please. If you don't know, oh, that was it. That was it. I saw a post about it. Again, I think I still saw it on Liv's Instagram. I'm sure I did. But it's got the countdown to Halloween on it. Look, 35 days until Halloween. It's got a countdown to Halloween. I would read it as the countdown to Halloween, but it starts at 52 days away from Halloween and I'm not sure I have the patience. But yeah, I got that and that from Books Please this time round. If you don't know what Books Please is, it is a website that I am actually an affiliate of. I have an affiliate code for you if you want to use it. I'll link them in the description box down below with my affiliate code. I do get a little bit of commission. I'm always very clear about that when I mention them. But basically they do a lot of manga and manhwa, but they also do other books as well. You can get US editions and UK editions, so depending on where you are, they ship internationally, and they're always at very reasonable prices. And then I have the discount code of Steph Loves 5 that gets you 5% off on top of that as well. If you're interested in checking them out, I would highly recommend. They're really good. This is like my 5th order from them now, and I always get my US editions from them now. I used to use Book Depository, but obviously they've shut down. So Books Please are my go-to now. I absolutely love them, and I've never had any problems. There was one issue where I bought Cat Gamer Volume 5 and they sent me Catcher in the Rye. And I emailed them the day it came in. They emailed me straight back apologising and then sent me Cat Gamer 5 twice. Bless them. But no, they're really good and I would highly recommend, so please do and go and check them out if you're wanting to buy any books, or you know, you're in the UK, you want some US editions, or you're in the US and you want some UK editions. Do check them out. I would highly recommend. So yeah, that's just my little haul for the day of clothes and books. I don't know what to, I need to eat something, but after that I don't know what I'm going to do myself. I just need to calm down. I don't think I've had a minute to think. Sorry, I don't think I've had a minute to breathe properly today. All I've done is think today. So I may try and finish Wild Love by Elsie Silver, I think, before I go to the doctor's. Hopefully that will relax me a little bit, and then it's another book done as well for the week. But yeah, that's my plan. That's what's going on. I'm gonna go and get some food because I'm just super duper hungry.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
Hello team, good morning. It is Monday and I'm here to wrap this vlog up. I've edited it up until this point. It's currently 8:25, so I have an hour to wrap this all up and get it uploaded before I have sprints starting at 9:30 this morning for Patreon. So let's run through. I haven't read much more, to be honest. I didn't speak to you at all over the weekend. Andy had become bless him, Andy had become increasingly concerned about my mental state towards the end of last week. I was still incredibly emotional. I think Friday completely took it out of me, and when he finished work he said, let's go out for a couple of drinks. You've had a really fucking shit day. In general, a little bit of a shit week. Let's go out for a couple of drinks. And while we were out, every time he spoke to me about what had gone on in the week, I cried. So he was increasingly worried about my mental state, and we made the decision to go up to my parents on Saturday. My brother and sister-in-law are already going with the kids, and we decided to go up as well. He thought that being with my family, seeing Dev, who I've not seen in ages as well, the dog, being with my family and getting out of the house and getting some, like, the best type of fresh air you can possibly get by going up to the beach. My parents live on the beach. So we went up to go and see my parents. He thought it would do me some good, and it has done. And then Sunday we went to Blackpool with his mum and stepdad, and that was lovely as well. So lots of family time, lots of time at the beach, loads of fresh air. The pair of us have been wiped out this weekend by the time we've gotten home, and we haven't done much else with our afternoons at all. So it's been a really nice weekend, very social, very filled with family, like very family orientated, but I think it's helped me out a lot. I'm still going into this week feeling a little bit mentally sluggish, but I'm feeling a little bit better, and I'm hoping that the week will bring more positive mental attitude. I don't fucking know. We'll see. But as the week continues, I am looking forward to a few things that are happening this week as the week continues. So there's a couple of things that are happening as far as filming's concerned that I'm doing this week that I'm excited about. I'm not going to mention them here because that's spoilers, you know. My patrons know about them, but no. You'll have to wait and see, but I am excited, one of which will be coming this week, by the way, a video this week on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, in general, my mental state is doing better than it was definitely at the beginning of the week, and also kind of towards the end of the week as well. Monday, Tuesday were really bad days. Friday ended up being a fucking awful day with how the car went and everything. Wrap up on the car, nothing has been done with it. I haven't touched it at all this weekend. I don't even know if I can get back into it again or not. I will have to deal with that problem on Wednesday when I go to get my nails done, but it is what it is. We went out in Andy's car this weekend and we split the drive in. I did some of it, he did some of it. Update on the doctors from Friday. I did go to the doctors. I was concerned about a couple of spots that I've got on my body, and I just wanted to get them checked out, and everything is fine. My blood tests came back all clear. I need to make an appointment to see a physical therapist about my wrist. She tried to contact me several times on Friday and couldn't get through to me. So she left me a couple of voice notes and sent me a link to say that everything's come back clear on my blood tests, but if I'm still having problems, I do need to book a physical therapy appointment. So I've got to do that, get some physical therapy on my hand and find out what the fuck is going on. But other than that, everything else absolutely fine. So yeah, we'll see how this week goes. But as far as reading is concerned, I did finish 4 books and I got through started on 2 more others. So I did read Holding the Reins by Paisley Hope. If you are an Elsie Silver fan, I would 100% recommend this. If you are a sports romance fan looking to get into your cowboy, Neil said howdy era, same thing, cowboy era, I would 100% recommend this. He's an NHL player, part-time cowboy, ex-NHL player, part-time cowboy, and it's perfect for those of you that are in your romance era but want to get into your cowboy era. 100% would recommend 5 stars for this one. It was great. Then we have Amulet Book 1, The Stonekeeper, which I gave 4.5 stars. Great start to a series, and I'm very excited about continuing on with it. It is a graphic novel, and thank you to Tracy for sending me this one. Thank you to Penguin for sending me this one. Then I did read A Treacherous Curse by Deanna Rayborn, which is the 3rd book in the Veronica Speedwell series, and I gave this one 5 stars. Obviously very excited to continue on with the series. And then last book by No Means Least, I did finish Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I was very much so in my, a little bit, not 100% cowboy era this week. Brother's Best Friend era as well, really. 4.5 stars for this one. I really enjoyed it, and I had a really good time with this one, and I'm very excited to come back to Rose Hill and have more from these characters, and I'm looking forward to the fact that I'm up to date with this now as well. So when Wild, whatever the frig it's called, the next one comes out, I'm ready to pick it up. I'm also really excited about these covers because they're stunning, and the colour palette I think is going to be gorgeous. I know the next one is orange, I think, but I don't know what colour palette we're going to have after that, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's like the Love redesigned covers from Lauren Asher. I need to get to that series as well. I kind of should really make a decision on the Dreamland Billionaire series though, because I've only read book 1 in that series, and I should decide whether or not I'm continuing or DNFing, and then I can get to Love Redesigned. I don't think I should be starting another series from Lauren Asher when I've got one that I'm part way through. So yeah, just obsessed with this colour palette, to be honest. So those are the books that I finished. 4.5 stars for Wild Love. The books that I got part way through, I ended up, obviously I've already mentioned, but getting the e-arc of Lucy Undying, Struggles, Lucy Undying, which has really helped me out. So thank you to Del Rey. I'm picking this up in the evenings when I go to bed. Because of my mental state, I've found that every time I pick a physical Kindle read up this week, I have been nodding off because I've been so mentally drained and exhausted. So I have been saving this for the evenings to help me nod off. So I've not been making massive progress, but I'm hoping that this week maybe I will be able to in the evenings. I did make it to page 88 last night. I read quite a little bit last night. So I am making some progress in this, and I will continue on with it in the following vlog. Whether or not I finish it in this week's vlog, like upcoming week's vlog, I don't know, but we'll see. I'm going to continue anyway. And then I did start a Dangerous collaboration by Deanna Rayborn, which is book 4 in the Veronica Speedwell series. Didn't get too far, 15 pages in, but I started it nonetheless, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with this one this upcoming week. I'm hoping to finish this upcoming week as well, and maybe start book 5. We'll see what happens. It doesn't fit the theme of the vlog, but it is what it is. So yeah, it wasn't a massive reading week, although I did get through quite a bit. Finished 3 novels, to be fair, and a graphic novel. So, and I managed to get through a arc that I had as well before it came out and get my review up. So if you wanted to check that out, there is a link to my Instagram in the description box down below. But 10 out of 10 would recommend Holding the Reins if you are an Elsie Silver Chestnut Springs fan, especially Powerless. Definitely got the vibes of Powerless. It was very, very good. So yeah, that's everything that I read for this vlog. I hope you have enjoyed this video. As messy as it's been, I do apologise. Well, do I apologise? Should I apologise? I probably should, but will you accept it? Will you shout at me for apologising like my patrons do? I don't know. I'm going to apologise. Please don't shout at me. I'm going to apologise for the state of this video. It is a little bit messy. It is very all over the place. My mental well-being was not very well-being. Was not being very well. And I was not being very well. I am not portraying very well right now. And it was a struggle this week, a huge struggle mentally. So we will see how that continues to go. But just know I am okay. Thank you to anyone that has reached out. I truly appreciate it. I am okay. I'm doing better. I'm alright. It's just, it was a lot of things going on at once. I think the biggest thing for me was that I hadn't fully allowed myself to recover. So I'd had, like, a couple of weeks ago, really busy social weekend, like 3-day weekend. And it was incredibly socially busy, and I don't think I'd recovered from that. Then I had a week of Final Book support group in which I did not have chance to recharge my social battery at all. So by the end of that week, I was still running on empty where I'd started at the beginning of the week. So I'd not had chance to recharge my batteries at all, and then I went into this week with 2 appointments. I had blood test, which I never do very well with at all, and drained the life out of me on Monday, and then another doctor's appointment on Friday, which I was very worried about because of how it could have happened, which it didn't. And then obviously all the shit with my car on Friday in general. So it's just been September, we're not even in September, August as a whole has been quite challenging, I think, mentally, to my mental state, for sure. I think I'm in that in-between area as well, that grey area of, like, it's still summer, but like fall is very much on its way, and I just want to decorate, but I really don't want to do it too early. So maybe I might do that this weekend coming up. We'll see. But I hope, regardless, you have enjoyed this video. I apologise again for the mess. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. I hope outside of the mess you have enjoyed this video. Chat to me in the comments down below, what did you get up to this week, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye for now.